2. Hello. check.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show, Mike and T-Roy. Hello, T.
Hey, pal.
How are you?
Been better.
Yeah. I was going to call you an asshole for wearing sunglasses inside, but...
I think I get a pass on this one.
Yeah. It's funny how many people reached out to me. It's like I forget not everyone's on Facebook or social media, and God bless them. You know, the smart people.
I wish.
Are off that shit, but there's not really a great way to let people know.
No, right.
We didn't drop dead. We didn't, you know.
You never know. It's close.
With us, you do never know.
That's fair.
My back is on fire today, which is great.
All right.
We're dealing with
really killing it.
T, who it's funny, you know, 3 days into this ordeal, there's a shitload of people who have no idea where we went and what happened to you, and it's like, why is T wearing sunglasses? What's going on around here?
I just think they look cool, man.
Yeah, you look great. Better than the other ones.
These were my options.
Those look sweet on me, but
these were my options.
Yeah, those are dope.
I don't know, man. I might rock them. They're not bad. I get a better field of vision out of these.
Yeah, those are great. Those are great. Those came to me courtesy of a listener. I might have been Ed sent me those
Sounds about right.
Because I had light coming through the skylight.
Yeah.
It was blinding me at times, and so he sent me those as a nice alternative. To
it is. It's
blinded.
not bad. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
They're a bit much.
Yeah. So, anyways, a few days ago, T-Roy was really complaining. He was sitting awkward. He was acting weird, and the next morning he says he's home from work, and it's like 9:30 in the morning, and I'm like, "What are you doing here?" And you're just like, "I think I got a detached retina, and I'm trying to get an emergency appointment with a doctor." And I was like, "Oh, well, good luck with that." And they got you in.
Yeah. I fortunately knew some people.
Yeah.
Pulled some strings.
Okay.
Got in immediately.
Right.
I shouldn't say really pulled strings. Just got in touch with the right people.
Yeah.
The first place I called was a Wednesday. Well, actually, the first place I called was November 15th. It was the first available.
Right.
Appointment. Well, I knew I had to go to an ophthalmologist, not an optometrist, right?
Yeah.
I know the difference. And I've had some issues with this eye in the past, so I've been there. And what I thought, to be honest with you, was I have a lens in here from cataract. I already had cataract surgery on this eye, which is early onset because long before that, I popped my eye like a grape. So fast forward.
That creeps me out, man.
Yeah, it sucks. But, so I thought...
What was that, a wire that you clipped, snapped, and shot back from your
it was
eyeball?
like a grid ceiling wire, like that holds those grid ceilings in, the wire that hangs down. Yeah, one of those, and went through my eyeball.
We discussed this at length, I believe, in extra content.
Maybe.
Did we do it in member content?
It might have been. Yeah,
and it was shocking because it was a long time ago, and it brought you to tears.
Oh, yeah.
Even
It still get choked up with that, yeah. And
I mean, it was like, oh, shit. This is traumatic as hell for this.
Well, in a way. I mean, think about losing your sight. You
Yeah.
know? And so it did. It took me back there. And then when the cataract happened, I didn't realize exactly what was going on. I knew I was losing some vision. I had some fucking issues going there. Thought I was losing my sight there. So that got me. And then this one, I'm like,
here we go again.
Here we go. So
Yeah.
I thought that's what it was. I thought there was an issue. Like I was seeing something in my eye. Literally it started off little and then got worse and worse. It was literally like a black curtain coming up from the bottom. So like I could only see I couldn't see anything on the bottom half from my right eye.
Yeah.
But I thought it was something wrong with my lens. Like I was thinking there was something in there, something got compromised from the cataract type thing.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I had no idea about a detached retina. And I started talking to those people, and they were like, that sounds like a detached retina.
Yeah.
So all that is the flap of skin that's whatever, the retina itself hanging down.
I don't think it's skin.
But it's a membrane, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's weird because the eye is actually inverted because of the reflection of it. So everything's upside down the way it processes everything. So this was hanging from the bottom, but in my vision, it looked like it was coming up from the bottom, or it was hanging from the top, and it looks like it's coming from the bottom.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was able to get in. It was a detached retina. They put a gas bubble into my eye. They drained out some of the fluid in the eyeball. Put a gas bubble in there to pressurize it. I had to let that sit for a day, and then let that smush all the skin back up to the surface and get all the fluid from behind it, and then go back in so they could zap it with a laser and patch the hole. So that sucked. That was about 150, 200 laser blasts in the eyeball. That just sucked.
Yeah.
But I just went for my other checkup today. Seems like everything is taking properly. So I just gotta.
So detached retina, I think of like something behind the eyeball that's like holding the eyeball in place, and then that's detached.
Nope, the retina is the skin, that liner that goes all the way around the eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't know shit about this stuff. So.
Neither did I until this, really, because that's what I thought too. It was like oh man, my eyeball is like gonna fall out, like it's just gonna pop out of my fucking eye socket.
Yeah, I'm glad that didn't happen. That would have freaked me out. That would have really been rough for me. So I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, I'd have been running around and chasing you.
Yeah, I know.
I see you.
Like a Halloween gag, shit just hanging out of your eye. It goes back to summer school. Remember that?
Yeah,
prank in summer school.
Exactly right. Classic.
Yeah,
classic.
Yeah.
So I'm here. I'm trying to get through this.
It's been
less than 100%.
It's been funny to watch behind the scenes before we started because T-Roy is trying to do just the basics. Let's launch the streams, hit record. Be able to do a read, and he's asking me stuff that he's never asked me before, like, am I on the expand screen? Let's enlarge the video.
I can't see shit.
Like, yeah, this is going to be interesting.
We'll make it work.
There are certain days when I have no videos at all to pull up, and today I'm like, I got like 4.
Perfect.
Yeah,
what could go wrong?
It's like, they're sort of in order.
Forgive me ahead of time when I start clicking the wrong shit.
Of all times to be off, too. I mean, it's like, since we were last on, which was it Thursday? The Lions were playing?
Yeah.
And we haven't been on since. And now it's Wednesday, the next week. And so T's been, watching you try to, I don't think you're supposed to watch TV, period.
No, probably
because for full disclosure, my nephew Reed has gone through this and has had some issues with his eye. And it's totally different. Same type of thing, but totally different when you're a kid because all that shit in the eyeball is not deteriorated like it has with old people like us. And so it's a different process, but Kristen, my sister, knew a lot about what you were dealing with. And she's like, he can't watch TV, but he can look at his phone. Tablets are encouraged. Reading, I'm like, well, he ain't sitting down and reading a book. I'm like,
you don't know what I do.
I've never seen you with a book. You're not a book guy.
I'm an e-reader,
which is fine. Which is fine.
It's on my Kindle.
You don't have a Kindle, you lying sack of shit.
Come on, selling me out.
No, you're on your phone a lot though, so I'm assuming you're reading. Either that or poker, but whatever. But the Lions won. My Niners won. The Wolverines have had 2 games and have looked great. There's Aaron Rodgers and the Jets season exploded in 75 seconds.
Boop. You go.
And it's just hilarious watching the meltdown over that. And it's like, when you're 40 and he turns 40 in December, body parts break down. They just do. There are doctors who will tell you they make an entire practice. Their entire practice is nothing but 40-year-old men who still want to play sports.
Yep.
That's their whole practice.
That's why I hung it up.
Yeah, you have to. I quit playing basketball in my 20s. I was like, I liked playing basketball. I was quick enough. I got a little bit of handle. I couldn't play with you as much, but that's why I always had you on my team. But every single time I played, and I mean every single time I played, I rolled my ankle. And if you've never sprained your ankles, it's the worst. It's way more painful than a break, which I've done multiple times to my ankles. Way more painful. The swelling doesn't go down for weeks, and that's in your 20s. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Yep. Every time I pull back for a shot, I fucking come down awkward on an ankle and roll it, and the thing swells the size of a goddamn grapefruit, turns black, green, purple, red, yellow.
Ankle exercises really strengthen that up.
Dude,
maybe
I played soccer my whole life and never once. I broke my ankle once, but fluke. But no, it was strictly basketball. I played football my whole life, baseball my whole life, soccer my whole life, and basketball was the one. I'd go up for a shot, come down, roll my ankle every fucking time. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I literally haven't been on a basketball court in 30 years. It was like,
for the best.
Yeah, it was done. So at least I learned that lesson. A lot of athletes don't. So there was shit going on with Mel Tucker at Michigan State.
Yeah,
the shit going on the My Pillow deposition with Mike Lindell. It was killing me. not to be on the air.
There's a lot going on. Hey, you could have come down here.
No. I was coming down here alone. It would have been one thing if the E was in town, but even that, it's like, no.
There's a lot going on, yes.
Yes, a lot going on, and we'll get to it all. We'll do our best. I want to say thank you to everybody that sent birthday wishes. I appreciated that yesterday. Very nice, and I don't respond much on Facebook. I know what that game is. You all get the fucking note that says, "Oh yeah, it's so and so's birthday," and then everybody writes the same stupid thing, HBD. And it's like, I'm not.
They even give you like a preemptive text that you can just click.
Yeah,
like a HBD, happy birthday, whatever.
Yeah.
You don't even have to physically type it anymore.
So I don't mean to be rude.
We know when you're lazy.
I've said that for years to people. I don't do that to people. HBD, or no offense, I get it. You probably get 10 of those in your notifications, and it is what it is. But I do appreciate it. It's sad, I'll be honest with you, when you get more birthday wishes from emails from doctors' offices than friends, which happened to me yesterday.
Okay.
More doctors' offices emailed me to wish me happy birthday than friends, which is a fact. And that shows how much I've been in doctors' offices over the last few years. That it's just like this rehab center, this fucking eye center, this goddamn fucking back center, this surgery center. I'm like, oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Are we talking about actual emails or including
just stock
Facebook,
emails,
including friends like on Facebook stuff?
Oh no, friends on Facebook. That doesn't.
Well, who emails a happy birthday though?
Well, no, I'm talking texts from actual friends.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Oh, okay.
Personal wishes. Like, I got more from doctors' offices, which is hilarious. That shows, like, dude, I got a lot from doctors' offices.
Yeah. Well, you're a great customer.
Yeah, I am.
You're an excellent customer.
I'm an excellent customer. But I wanted people to know I appreciated it as much as it, it doesn't mean much to me. It does that you guys care, on some level. So thank you for that. I did get one birthday gift though, and that was from Marshall. Son of a bitch, man. I've been calling him a dick licker for years.
Yeah.
Since he was like 3. I'm like, shut up, dick lick, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And the warden would be like, oh my God, he's 4. Can you not call him a dick licker to his face? And I'm like, fine. And so I started calling him a butt licker, And so
that's what she asked for.
Yeah. It was like, fine, I get it. You probably shouldn't call a 4-year-old, 5-year-old a dick licker, but that's me, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
And so I started calling him a butt licker, and that, he started getting in trouble because he would call me one. Because the greatest comeback a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old has in their arsenal, when you go, oh yeah, how about this? You're a butt licker. The best comeback on earth they can come back with is, oh yeah? Well, you're a butt licker.
Yeah, they'll repeat it. Yeah.
Got me. Burn.
The repeater game.
It's the stupidest fucking comeback ever. But he's evolved. He's now like 8. And so he's evolved to like, you're a butt licker times infinity. And I go, everything you just said plus 1. It ends like that. And then he hangs up on me. And, we've got this going back and forth. And so he sent me a dozen golf balls and had them stamped with BL on them and a ball marker that says BL. Now,
nice. That sounds like a win.
Yeah, he had sent me a picture. This is another thing he likes to do. He and G will go to Fat Burger, which they know is my favorite fast food joint of all time. Best burger on earth. Fight me over that. You will not get a better burger than Fat Burger. So they will go to Fat Burger and take a picture. And so they sent me a picture of Marshall and G arm in arm with a Fat Burger and blah, blah, blah. And they left this big patch of open space there. And so I just took it into one of the editing things and wrote BL's giant and sent it back. And it hurt. It stung.
That got him?
Bad.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. G came back and was like, dude, that was uncalled for. Marshall's beside himself. And so I get this fucking box of golf balls stamped with BL on them and a ball marker BL. But fucking joke's on them because they're Pro V1s. Mm-hmm. Like, you spent $50 on this prank for 12 golf balls, you dipshits?
Exactly.
So, anyway.
I didn't know Marshall had it like that.
Oh, yeah, Marshall's baller.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, he is. He started getting
just
to the
using
point.
G's card.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's all he's got to do, little shit.
Let's order him on his phone.
So he had gotten to the point where he would point at his butt and then he would just go, like liquor, butt liquor.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't know what my comeback's going to be. I'm going to see him around Halloween, but I gotta hit him hard.
Yeah.
He's going to get it. Big.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah, he's going to get
Figure
it
that
bigly.
out.
So
you got time.
I got a little bit of time, but I got to come up with something good. Something that the warden's not going to be like, oh, inappropriate for small ears.
Least of your worries.
Yeah, least of my worries.
Getting the W is most important.
Dude, if I don't hang a W on a fucking 8-year-old,
exactly.
I got real problems.
And so you can't worry about the repercussions. You just got to go hard in the paint.
What are they going to do? As T would famously say, vote me off the island?
Exactly
Your
right.
family. What are you going to do?
Tiki torch? No.
Like, Warden, your family is nothing but piles of shit. Like, your whole family. Didn't your fucking mom stab your dad? Like, I call your kid a dick licker, and this is like the end
worst.
of the world?
Yeah.
Like, no, dude, your family stories are horrific. They're meant for air. They're so bad. I mean, historic family of shit.
All right.
And so, for me to call your kid a DL or a BL, it's like,
and you've evolved. You dropped the DL. You're onto the BL.
Yeah, I went on to the BL.
Sounds like you're abiding by her wishes.
And in the end, I got fucking $50 pack of Pro V1s.
Smart.
So,
all right.
Win-win.
I'll get you through a round of golf.
I don't care. G's like, yeah, but it says BL. I'm like, yeah, boob lover. It's fucking great. They're great.
Yeah,
I love them. Dude.
Brian Leibowitz.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Give a shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Brain large. I don't know, man. Everyone's getting me these brain large balls because,
must be.
Yeah. So, anyway, the other thing that happened, Mike Lindell, in some shit, the amount of vitriol towards Mike Lindell is to comic levels. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
These people, I just don't understand. Like, okay, where did he touch you?
Yeah.
Where is the effect? Like,
It's
he took issue with the Dominion voting machines. And if you know Mike Lindell at all, and I could say that we actually do a little bit, Mike is really passionate, whether he's doing coke,
whatever it is,
crack,
he's all
running a
in.
bar, running a pillow company, disputing an election. He's all in. And if you're around him for more than 5 minutes, you know that about him. Like, he doesn't stop. His storytelling, you'd think he's still on crack. He's funny as shit. The people that are in his orbit adore him, okay? The black people that work for him, the Mexicans that work for him, the women that work for him, they love Mike Lindell. They've been with him for decades. They stand by him. They believe in him. He runs that thing like a ship. We don't need an HR department. Those people are total buzzkills. Actually told me that. Wiped out an entire division of My Pillow. Was like, yeah,
total buzzkills. That's fantastic.
Total buzzkills. And it was like, yeah, they are. They are a bummer. They're just sitting here going, yeah. Who's got something shitty to say about someone else? Yeah, who can we fire today? He's like, don't need them. Everyone here gets along great. Get rid of the whole department. They're buzzkills. So he was deposed. We've seen this before. And I think people have this idea like everything's on the up and up. Well, I'll tell you, I used to film depositions, okay? Back before I got into radio, I did this for, 9 months. And I would drive to law offices, doctor's offices, and it was basically the lawyers would show up. I would show up with a camera and a screen sometimes, and I would record whoever the expert witness was going to be, and then I would take it to the courtroom, and they would set up a fucking drop screen, and I would play so-and-so's testimony if they couldn't be in court, right? And those things are hilarious because not everybody wants to be there. In fact, most of the people being deposed don't want to be there. They got much better shit to do. And they can, I told that one famous story where this one lawyer to my left, so I had a chick lawyer to my right, I'm in the middle of them, and and I've just got a doodle page, and it's like taking notes in case they want me to cue something up, this question, whatever. And I'm blindly by myself. So I got this lawyer to my left and a doctor, and they're deposing this doctor. And this guy is a cunt, the lawyer. Cunt. He's being dismissive, he's interruptive, he's disruptive. He's a dick. He's an actual dick in there. And I'm doodling on my paper. I'm not even paying attention. And I'm doodling, and I just write asshole and underline it and start like highlighting it and all this. And the female lawyer looks over and sees what I'm doing, and she busts out laughing. And this guy's like, what is so funny? What is so funny? And I'm like, oh shit. And she's like, nothing. And I'm like turned to him with my back to her now with asshole written on the paper. This deposition. So if you think these go off as professional and like, oh yeah, everything, like the We've seen it with Lil Wayne. We'll touch on his deposition in a moment. It's one of my favorite pieces of video out there. Outside of Paul Dawson, I really think, Paul Dawson, and I say the Ned Flanders who drops N-bombs, you can't beat the Paul Dawson N-word video.
It's cream of the crop.
It's cream of the crop. It really is. The internet has tried for decades to top Paul Dawson. In my personal humble opinion, they haven't been able to do it yet.
No.
But Lil Wayne deposition is up there. Doesn't give a fuck that that's going on. And Mike Lindell too. And he fully believes, I can promise you this, Mike Lindell believes some shenanigans went on with this election, and he went way down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of people can do this. They go down the rabbit hole about Dominion voting machines. Now I would ask people, like, okay, at the end of the day, what did this do to you? Did the world stop spinning? Did democracy end? Right? So there are flat earthers that go down this rabbit hole and blah, blah, blah. Now, I would say, if we wanted, and I'm not going to waste your time with it, but I could pull up 30 minutes right now like that of Democrats over the years going off about how unstable these voting machines are. That they're not reliable, they're easy to rig, they're easy to beat.
Sure,
I could play countless hours of that because that's what the narrative was.
Whichever side loses, generally bitches about it.
And I would honestly say the Republicans have gotten into that game now. They did with this last election where they went, I don't believe this. Like mail-in voting historically is where you have all the problems. Voting machines is where Democrats have never stopped bitching about it. And so now they've done this. But it doesn't mean the world ends. It doesn't mean they're right. It doesn't mean Mike Lindell's right. But I appreciate people's opinions, and they can say whatever they want. Just like Democrats over the years have complained about voting machines constantly. And I go, okay, they can do that.
Yeah.
So be it. But no, they can't do that with Michael. They want to sue him. They want to bankrupt his company. Same thing with Tucker Carlson. He was saying shit they didn't like on Fox News. And so it was like, okay, he's got by far and away, it's not even close, the #1 fucking cable talk show in the country by a landslide. And it made fucking almost no money. They barely broke even.
Right.
Because everyone just picketed and made sure advertisers couldn't have it. It's not worth it. And that's a dangerous world we're living in right now.
It's very scary.
Mike Lindell has lost hundreds of millions of dollars. They've yanked his pillows, not because it's a bad product. It's not a bad product.
No.
They've yanked it because they disagree with his politics, which I find disturbing, but here we are.
Bad precedent.
It does. And so now, Mike Lindell lost his cool during deposition. He yelled, he swore, he called lawyers names. During a March deposition he gave, defending himself in a defamation lawsuit, Eric Coomers, former director of product strategy and security for Dominion voting machines, he sued Lindell, for promoting baseless allegations that the company helped rig the 2020 election against Donald Trump. How dare he come and sue my pillow? He's a scumbag for doing that. So Mike Lindell's thought, I think, and I haven't talked to him, but I think is, what does my pillow have to do with this?
Right.
Why are you going after my pillow? I'm making these claims, but the thousands of people that work for me have nothing to do with this. Why are you trying to, you fucking scumbag, ambulance chasing lawyers? Why did this judge not throw this out on its face? I have free speech rights too.
Yep.
You want to sue me and the $500 million I'm worth? Knock yourself out. But what the fuck does my pillow have to do? I think that's his argument.
Seems legitimate to me.
It would seem legit to me. Yeah. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert in all this stuff.
No. I love in the good old NPR last week or whenever it was, talking about him, they referred to him as the My Pillow spokesperson.
Oh, yeah. I love that. I love it. Those are all meant to be little shots.
Just little shots. Just
shots.
Dismissive comments.
That is so insulting on its face.
Right.
The My Pillow spokesperson.
Yes.
It's so insulting. It's almost funny though.
Right. And sadly, it's contractually, factually, correct.
Well, and wildly inaccurate.
Right. But I mean, they can't get.
Owner.
But they're careful about what they say. Right. It's lies by omission type thing.
Yeah.
He is a spokesperson for it because he does all their own commercials.
Isn't lies by omission almost worse?
Yes.
Lies by omission is so it's meant for the lowest common denominator.
But they
People
can't
pay
get
no
it. They
attention.
can't face any fucking repercussions for it because it's factually true.
Yeah.
He is the spokesperson. He's also the owner.
Yeah.
But he is the, spokesperson for it.
Right.
So they say it, and it is a dismissive little jab just to set a tone.
Yeah.
And to put something in your ear, but it's...
I was reading...
Make him like the ShamWow guy.
Right.
He's just an infomercial
100%.
guy.
And who that's for... Like I read a lot of comments on things. I was like, I wonder what people think. Just that, depending on what site you're on. Obviously, if you're on the New York Times reading about it, it's going to be like, oh my God, he should be in prison for life. They should sue him for. They should hang him for treason against the country. Like shit like that. But I was reading some, and people were like, whoa, this doesn't surprise me. I mean, if you've read his book, you know that this guy has got some sketchy background story. Blah blah. And I'm like. In 2023, you're just like his whole brand.
Yeah,
is crackhead to CEO.
Right.
That's his whole brand. Yeah.
We had to do a little research on him to read this book.
Yeah,
reluctantly.
Read this book, and I don't mean to shock some people out there, but you'll be shocked to know this guy's got some sketchy shit in his
Just
background.
take the cover and do this.
Yeah, crackhead picture.
That thing was on the counter today. Freaked the shit out of me because it
Yeah.
changes as you walk by, and it was like it moved. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it goes from like a mugshot crackhead
to the CEO fucking profile shot.
Yeah. Lindell blasted the attorney's
From
question.
mugshot to headshot.
Yes, calling them ambulance chasers, criminals, liars, slime, and disgusting for bringing a lawsuit against its company that has nothing to do with anything. I've lost millions of dollars. Coomer's attorneys filed a motion Thursday asking a judge to make Lindell appear in Colorado in another deposition and make him pay all the costs for that because he's been vulgar and threatening and loud and disrespectful.
Aww. You make him pay for it.
Make him pay for it because it took longer than it should have, and it's costing more money because he was a meanie in the deposition. Yeah, he didn't like your line of questioning, and he saw through your bullshit, is what he did.
Yeah.
I
mean, he came into this thing guard up.
Yeah, he came in a little hot.
I haven't watched the entire thing. I've watched a good portion of it.
Yeah. At one point, he says Lindell took phone calls during the deposition, insisted on unscheduled breaks. Well, that happens all the time.
Sure.
People go, can we take
I'm
5?
not a prisoner here.
No. Exactly. At one point during his deposition, he left to go on Steve Bannon's podcast.
Nice.
Yeah, and where he promoted MyPillow, offering deep discounts to celebrate their 20-year anniversary.
Attaboy.
Yeah, and then he came back. He claimed his company lost $100 million after 30 big box stores and shopping networks dropped his products. Dominion sued Lindell for $1.3 billion for accusing the company of rigging elections. Again, if you want us to, send me emails. I can pull up the videos of all the Democrats talking about the problem with these machines and how rigging is
not
possible.
new.
This is so not new.
Right.
So not new. You can hate Mike Lindell because he likes Donald Trump, but let's put it in perspective, okay?
No, that's perspective.
The world
lost.
didn't end, the country didn't end, democracy didn't die. Mike Lindell didn't fuck your wife, okay? It didn't happen. You're going to be okay. So he rejected the suggestion that he's spinning election conspiracies alongside promotions for his company, saying people don't know him as the MyPillow guy, but as an election guy and a guy trying to save the country. He called Comer's attorneys traitors for suing his Made in America company. The idea that Mike Lindell made these claims about Dominion to promote his company
it's laughable.
is hilarious. If you don't think Mike Lindell's company has been severely crippled by this, and he hasn't stopped, you're insane. Okay? That dude's pillows were in literally every big box store in America.
Yep.
They were sold constantly. I've been to the warehouses. I've seen the trucks that go out on a daily basis, loaded to the gills for every box store in America. It's an unbelievable process that they have going on there. All of that is done. Okay, they're all mail order now. You can't even get on a website. You probably can't order them on Amazon. Certainly they're gone from Bed Bath & Beyond. Like, I hope you're happy.
Yeah.
That happened.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah, I'm sure they are too.
They feel vindicated.
Yeah. Should we watch part of the
Maybe
Lindell? This is when the guy slips in a subtle crack at Mike Lindell about his lumpy pillows. Like, people are complaining about lumpy pillows.
Oh yeah, somehow calling the number they call. Like, I want people, not the people that call about the lumpy pillows, the people that call about something else.
Yeah.
And
by the way, I've run into this before. I ran into this with Raj. I wanted to fucking punch him in the face. He's like, "Dude, these are the worst pillows ever." Blah blah blah. And I said to him, "Did you throw them in the dryer for 15 minutes?" Like, it says literally on both ends of the pillow when it arrives, and on. He's like, "No."
Well, there you go.
Then it would literally be the worst pillow in the world. Yeah, it's a flat nothing when you get it. When you get the best one, when you get the which I had sent to Raj, the best one, okay? Because there's different grades of them that were in stores versus. So the one that comes rolled up is the shit, and that's the one you want. And it's very flat, and you need to just throw it in the dryer for 15 minutes.
Fluff it up.
Fluffs up perfect, and then it's good to go. If you don't do that, it would be like sleeping on,
and
I don't know.
It says that predominantly.
Predominantly.
Yes.
And so if you just rip it open like, oh my God, it's
this
here.
thing sucks.
This thing sucks giant dicks. Yeah, so.
Oh, user error.
Yeah. Who's the idiot?
Is this the one I want here?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure before anything catastrophic happens.
I believe this is it.
All right.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
And I'm not asking about the lumpy pillow calls.
No, they're not lumpy pillows. That's not what they call on. Okay? That when you say lumpy pillows, now you're an asshole. You got that? You're an asshole is what you are. No, he's an asshole.
No,
He's an ambulance chasing asshole. That's what you are. The lumpy pillows, kiss my ass. Put that in your book. No, they answer anything, any problem customer that wants to reach Mike Lindell. Those are the ones. I want to talk to Mike Lindell. I want to talk to Mike Lindell. They send them to here and they go, or they call about maybe they didn't get their pillow on time because of the FedEx or whatever. Well, we'll cover them even though it could be somebody else's fault.
100%
Nobody called because of a lumpy pillow. But good one though. Yeah, I'm done.
What I'm saying.
Obviously, you don't have a My Pillow too. You don't, do you?
What I'm saying is, Mr. Lindell.
Asshole. Oh, go ahead. No, I'm pissed.
I understand.
Yeah, go. When you're saying what?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
great.
it's so great.
Yeah.
It's so great. And you know what? I love anybody losing their shit, honestly.
Definitely.
I really do. Yeah. So it's not just like, oh, yeah, you're defending Mike Lindell. Nah.
No,
I did the same thing with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's deposition.
Yeah.
Should we watch the other Mike Lindell? This is just a little more. I think it includes the asshole thing, but they bleeped it. I got the unbleeped one, but
Okay.
just a couple more moments, just clipped together highlights from the deposition.
let's see.
Videos to the judge.
Eric Coomer did this directly to me, and I made one statement about him. Didn't say nothing for a whole year. Then you guys come up and serve me papers in Colorado. What is this? Sir, what is this?
My Pillow guy Mike Lindell says the lawsuit is a sham.
How dare him come and sue My Pillow? He's a scumbag for doing that. Put that in there. Scumbag. S-C-U-M bag. Do I think you guys and them are a traitor to our country by what you did to My Pillow? Yes. We are made in America.
Lindell says he's lost hundreds of millions of dollars since his pillow company got in bed with the conspiracy theory that Denver-based Dominion Voting Systems and its employee Eric Coomer rigged the 2020 election.
When you say lumpy pillows, now you're an You got that? You're an is what you are. No, he's a he's an ambulance
Love his attorney trying to reel him in a little bit. Hey, Mike.
Mike.
Pillows, kiss my If there's a way to screw you, believe me, I'm doing it. This is a big lie. You're a lying lawyer. You're an evil, evil man. You are part of a criminal crime family as far as I'm concerned. How do you guys sleep at night? You obviously don't have a My Pillow. That's a fact.
Yeah, I could watch it forever. I'm sorry,
Sure.
I just can. It's just so funny to me.
It is.
You know?
It's funny. It's sad.
It's
comical. It's tragic.
yeah.
It's a lot of things.
It's a lot of things.
Yep.
It's too bad that we're here as a nation. Honestly, I don't think any of your lives personally out there, if you disagree with Donald Trump or any of his defenders, your life was affected zero by any of this. It really was.
Some people
At the
could
end of the
say
day.
it was improved.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but, it's vindictive. It's revenge. It's all of those things when it's like, no, put the pedal to the metal. Let's destroy this company. Fuck all those employees. Fuck all those nice people that have nothing to do with anything. Destroy Mike Lindell. Look, he's a goofy guy. We started years ago by making fun of the guy. I saw his infomercial and did an impression of him. And then a listener said, dude, you got to fucking read up on this dude. And sent me an article. I was like, oh, shit. And then we reached out to them, got him on the show, and the rest is history. He was just, he was playful and fun and funny and very warm and welcoming and clearly takes care of his staff. 100%, American made, and
Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in Chaska, Minnesota.
There you go.
Yeah, and they're great. The staff was so fun to talk to. All of his high school buddies work for him, all of them.
Very nice.
And the stories they tell are every bit as amazing as his. They stopped like years ago, like not believing in this dude. They're like, no, it's insanity. The stories we can tell about Mike Lindell and shit that he said that absolutely 100% hit, 100%. And we just we believe in the guy, and it's amazing to watch. It was fun as shit, So I tried to get him on a few months ago, and he wasn't really doing anything. Which was the first time that's ever happened. So I don't know if it's because of all this lawsuit shit that it's
Probably pays a part of that.
Yeah. One of the other things that I've talked about before, I've dealt with Dawn for many years over there at MyPillow. She's awesome. And Dawn said, I had to start, personally intercepting his mail. And I don't even know if Mike knows this, but she's like, yeah, everybody that you can imagine would beg him for money, knowing that he was self-made and worth all this money. And he would literally sit at his desk during the day, open letters, and then just write $50,000 checks and mail them out to people. And she's like, you just can't run a business like that. You can't write every sob story in America a $50,000 check. And so we had to intercept his mail and just go take it away from him because that's the kind of dude he is.
Right.
He's just, who does that?
Yeah, it doesn't scream to be a cruel-hearted person.
No. So
hard to say for sure that he's right or wrong. Obviously, everything seems to be pointing at being wrong.
On the election stuff.
On the election stuff at this point. That if, through this amount of time, if you haven't been able to come up with any evidence, real evidence, there's a lot of little things that make you go,
Yeah, there's plenty of that.
There's a lot of that, but no smoking gun.
It'll be interesting, I think, when this stuff does, when you do try to convict Trump and throw him in jail for 700 years, that's going to open up a lot of things. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to believe about it. We've been told for so many years. That's why it's so hard for me to just be like, oh yeah, no, on this thing, yeah. Why would you?
Why would you exactly believe everything on its face?
Yeah.
I don't believe anything anybody tells me.
No.
100%.
No.
Why would I?
No.
I've been conditioned not to.
No. And I don't know. It's worked out for us for many years.
Yeah.
To question things, to
Exactly right.
One of the other things we're being asked to question is the old Michigan State football coach.
Oh, Tuck coming.
Yeah.
Tuck going.
Ooh. You think he's gone?
Unless this case falls apart, yeah.
Well, I read the full USA Today article from last week.
Well, it was weird because there was so many conflicting reports coming out that he was suspended and or fired.
Yeah.
Some things were saying fired, some were saying suspended without pay.
Yeah.
And that's two very different things. The suspended without pay is a precursor to fired.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not.
It looks like you're doing due diligence and you're being fair and impartial.
And it could be. Hey, listen, we got to investigate this. Yeah. And rightfully so. And so if it turns out that this is some total bullshit fucking accusation, then by all means, he should be exonerated.
Where do we land on he said, she said?
It depends on who's more believable.
Yeah.
And again, that's one of those things where if there's no, I don't know. That it's a very difficult situation to try and, especially when you're talking about that kind of money and livelihood and things like that for somebody. That somebody could just take it away maliciously as opposed to genuinely is terrifying, but
Yeah.
you gotta. I would think there's got to be a way. I mean, when it truly is he said, she said. But I mean, if you're going to get into this, you're going to go through all their text messages. You're going to go through all.
Oh,
this stuff.
those gone.
Huh? Oh, they got.
Oh, they gone.
Okay.
And the funny thing
you can
about
still
that
get
is,
those.
no, they can't.
Why?
They gone. They deleted them as they went.
Okay.
Both sides.
Okay.
They gone.
All right.
So
that doesn't lead any credibility to her.
it doesn't help.
Right.
You know, he's going, I get shit tons of text messages, so I'm constantly deleting stuff. Well, here's the thing. I get shitloads of text too, and I don't delete shit.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean,
Is he married?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and typical story. Guy in his 50s, 60s, whatever the hell Mel Tucker is, in a loveless marriage with kids, not getting any, and hating it.
Sure.
You know,
Standard. Yeah.
this is par for the course. The idea that you're just like, oh, I fall in love with someone at 23 and then get married and like, hey, we live. Like the older I get, the more absurd that sounds on its face.
Yeah. It is.
You know what I mean? It just, I don't know.
It's not impossible, but
No.
just so unlikely.
And everything in my orbit says that it's absolutely possible. My parents, my grandparents, like they went to the finish line. My parents are currently going to the finish line. Couldn't love each other more. I still don't know if I buy it.
Yeah.
I just don't. You know, it seems like a business relationship more than anything as you get further down the road.
Yeah. Sure.
And what do you do? What do you do if you're in that position? It's like, my dick still works. I still want my dick to work. Someone's showing interest in me. I haven't gotten that in years at home. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
there's so many guys who can relate to that.
well, listen. This isn't about whether he was banging her, right? It's about sexual.
He never
assault.
fucked her.
No. Well, I mean, or whatever. It was about him fucking jerking his dick on a Skype call.
On a phone call.
Just a phone call? Was
I
it
think
in video?
I don't think so.
I thought it was video.
I thought I heard audio of him like, oh, yeah, it is. But, you know, with people out there,
Right.
who the fuck knows?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I definitely have questions. I mean, if she has anything to hide, why is she deleting all her texts too?
Yeah. This idea too of you know, I don't know what to make of the girl, Tracy. Okay, I want Brenda Tracy's her name. She's a rape survivor, and this is her business now.
Yep.
And you're talking about $1 million industry. I'm a victim of abuse. She claims that she was gang raped by 4 guys when she was in her 20s. And now she goes around as a rape survivor, educating athletes about sexual violence as her life's work. Why you would want to get involved with that girl on any level doesn't seem totally smart.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it started with them. Was she somebody that brought into the program to talk to the guys?
Yes.
Is it somebody that was working around the campus?
She was brought in to talk to the guys
Yep.
and the team, and then they all signed some pledge saying, yeah, we'll get consent before banging a chick, that kind of thing, you know. And he was really impressed with her speech.
And her ass.
Sure he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. If she had a gigundous fat ass, I bet he would have been less impressed with her speech. That's just my opinion.
Have you seen Mel Tucker?
Well, yeah,
I'm not sure that's a true statement, sir.
maybe. Well,
Just saying.
one or the other.
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever
Right.
his thing was. I don't think it was like, wow, it's just because okay, if it was a guy giving that speech, hi, I was gang raped on Duke's campus by the whole lacrosse team. I don't think he would have been. That would have been as powerful a speech.
Probably not as much.
You know, where I need to spend 30 minutes a night,
Yep.
27 separate times on the phone with him, going over this.
She's good looking.
Yeah, let's see her. She's put herself out there, not us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's good looking. She's put together well.
Yeah.
I can't see my cursor here. But, and then here's the classic picture of her and old Tuck. This gives a different meaning to the word Tuck coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they obviously had, I guess, this does come down to one of those he said, she said things. And I don't know if this is any kind of buyer's remorse. I don't know I don't know. I don't know if the punishment fits the crime. I don't know what the crime was. I don't know if
I don't know that there was a crime.
Well, technically, sexual assault is what they're going with, I think.
I guess I'm not going to pretend, and I know comments that I've already said have probably been construed as disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding that, recognizing that about myself, I can be kind of crass in the way I say things. I will never understand, really, though. I fully understand. Why didn't you just get out of the relationship? If he was threatening to kill you and beat you, why didn't you? Like, I get that.
Yeah.
I get how, that's not so simple and cut and dry.
Right.
What I don't understand is not hanging up the phone, though.
Yeah.
This idea of I froze and didn't know what to do.
Sure.
And is that PTSD of some?
It's possible, having
sort?
been in that situation. But again, it's one thing maybe being there in. I mean, first of all, this is what you're teaching these days, right? Is strength and overcoming and all that for
Right.
for
That's
rape
the whole
survivors and all
point
that.
of her thing.
But now, I mean, can this absolutely be triggering and traumatizing in some level? 100%.
Yeah.
But again, this is not. I can see that being in person. Somewhere something happens and you literally are almost physically frozen.
Yeah, totally.
in fear there.
Yep, I could see that too.
Not on your phone.
No.
Not on your phone.
Doesn't
Now,
have
especially
quite
if
the
this
same
is-
kick to it.
Especially if this is audio.
Yeah.
Like, are you jerking your dick right now, dude?
Dude,
are,
what the
Are you
fuck?
fucking kidding me? Fucking creep. Hang
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Practice what you preach.
And maybe that's just flat out easier than said, but at
Possibly,
some point,
but
Tracy and Tucker hit it off immediately.
I bet.
Sure. They both told the Title IX investigator they bonded over their love of, and this is something a lot of couples bond over.
I was going to say football, and then I was going to say fried chicken, and then I was going to say skydiving.
Jordan sneakers.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you're wondering when you know it's true,
Yeah.
the love.
That's, yeah.
I mean-
she says if she rocks a pair of Jordans. There you go.
Yeah. And if she's like, I like Jordan 6s better than 1s, it's like, bitch, get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, no, don't give me that nonsense. But, I mean, if you both got the love for the Jordans,
Yeah,
they are some fancy
it's
kicks.
a strong bond.
I've got a few pairs myself. I've yet to find a woman to bond with over them.
Yeah.
I didn't even really know that was a thing. But when I find that,
Now you know.
Now I know.
See, it's all about what you're looking for.
Tucker had been moved by her speech. They discussed her coming back to campus in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, he was moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, but good 3 or 4 inches moved.
Upward. Tracy left East Lansing feeling she'd found a champion in Tucker. He seemed engaged with her cause, leading his players and signing her pledge to, among other things, obtain ongoing affirmative consent before sexual acts with another person. Over the next year, their assistants planned 2 more visits to the state for Tracy. During that time, the two talked on the phone 27 times at least, an average of once every couple of weeks for a half hour. Now, I don't talk to anybody in my life, maybe G,
Yeah.
for every 2 weeks for a half hour.
Yeah.
And usually that would be a miserable thing. Like if you're talking to your girlfriend for 30 minutes at a pop,
Yep.
usually the guy on the other end of that extension is fucking miserable. He'll put up with it.
Fair.
He will. I've been that guy. I've been that guy that's sitting there listening to her yab about nothing, going, oh my God, this bitch has been going for 46 straight minutes. What are we doing here?
Been there.
I remember being in those conversations. I won't name names, but holy shit.
Yep.
Holy shit. And it was like, maybe, you know what? I believe Tracy because sometimes I was just frozen. I didn't know what to say and I couldn't hang up. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was just
Possible.
frozen in the moment. Like, she's still going on about this twat at work. I don't know what to say to this. Mm-hmm. Over the next year, I already read that. In November, Michigan State signed him to a 10-year, $95 million deal that came fully guaranteed, even if they fired him for being a shit coach.
Okay.
Great deal, Michigan State.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's
Smart.
awesome. Smart. Thinking outside the box. The only way he could lose out on the money was if he materially breached it, was convicted of a crime, or engaged in conduct, which, in the university's reasonable judgment, would tend to bring public disrespect, contempt, or ridicule on their university.
Now it just makes me think the fucking university center.
What?
Now it makes me think the university sent her.
Well,
They want out of this deal. They can't get out of this deal unless He jerks off on a phone call.
Well, ridicule on the university. I don't know how binding that is or what constitutes ridicule, but even in the most like romantic, loving, respectful way, you talking about jerking your dick on the phone to a girl is going to cause ridicule at the school, period. And I don't care how consensual it was. If that gets out, it's going to cause people to go hilarious every time they think of Tuck's name.
For sure.
Michigan State is not going to be thinking about burning couches. It's going to be about his giant gundus dick being beat off.
Yeah. Tuck coming took on a whole new meaning.
Yeah. Yeah. It just is. The disputed call, okay? Tucker said he and Tracy developed a romantic connection and talked openly about it.
Okay.
Is it possible to have that in your mind and think, yeah, this bitch won it, and her going...
It is possible, and of course, this is what your statement is going to say.
Yeah.
So, again, how real and true that is, I don't know.
Yeah.
It can be anywhere from 100% true to 100% false, and anywhere in between.
Yeah. And when you got to be careful, too, when you read comments in these things, you know, like, oh, they told the Title IX investigator... blah, blah, blah. It goes back to the Bill Burr bit. Don't stop.
Yeah, right.
No.
She didn't say it like that.
She didn't say it like that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
right.
stop. Don't. You're being bad. You know, yeah, it's one of those. So Tracy told him she wanted a sugar daddy who would pay her monthly amount to be his girlfriend. He said, and that she would be all over him if he wasn't married.
Well, what's the fucking money getting me?
Right.
Wait a minute. That's a double negative.
Well,
right
he
there.
claims she said that. So
Well, I understand that, but so he wants $25,000 a month to be a sugar whore, but she's not going to fuck him because he's married, or she's only going to do that once she starts getting the money.
I don't know.
I mean, that statement seemed conflicting to me.
Tucker said they had acknowledged their mutual desire for a romance, but agreed it would be too messy because of his marriage and the distance between them.
Fair. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Tucker's romantic interest in her was entirely one-sided, what she said. Tucker messaged her photos of herself that he found on her Instagram page, making comments such, "This is the one." Tucker also sent her 2 gifts, a pair of Jordans and $200 in cash through Venmo, and donated $2,500 to her nonprofit. Once, Tucker called Tracy via FaceTime, was in bed shirtless, talked about his unhappy marriage, describing himself as more or less single, and asked her, if I wasn't a football coach and if I wasn't married, would you date me? So he knows, yeah, I'm a baller, I'm a football coach, Big Ten,
sure, right.
D1, you know.
Yep.
If I was a garbage man, would you date me? And that kind of stupid question. You don't want the real answer to that question.
No.
You
And
know?
you're not going to get the real answer.
Hell no. Tracy said she responded that she would not because they worked together. Then after the spring game, Tucker called 4 times. Tracy said he repeatedly asked her to meet him alone without her assistant and even suggested slipping into her hotel room through a back door so no one would see him. She said no.
I bet he was trying to slip it in the back door.
Yeah, he was. 12 days later came the call. Tracy was in her home in Oregon. Tucker was in a hotel in Florida. Called her at 12:39 a.m. Call lasted 36 minutes. According to Tucker, he became aroused when Tracy made a comment about needing to hit the gym more to look better without clothes on. Okay, you say that to a guy, that's bullshit. You know what that statement means, right?
Yep.
I'm sorry. I would never on a phone call to Troy go, dude, I got to hit the gym more so I look better naked.
Yeah.
Like, no.
No, it's those subtle comments. Yeah.
Yeah,
You see right through
we all
those.
know this, right? For
sure.
We're old enough to have played this fucking game with girls before, right? This is a feel out thing. Where are we going with this? You say that to a guy on the phone halfway across the country, so I look better without clothes on. Not saying you're asking for it.
Yeah.
But a dick might pop up in the next couple minutes.
Very possible. Yep.
Yeah. They then discussed having phone sex and how that could complicate the relationship. But Tracy suggested once would be harmless, and he agreed. Shocked Tucker would agree to that.
Sure. Well, you got to get the first one out of the way.
You gotta get
first.
that nut
You can't
going.
get to the second one if you don't get the first one.
No.
So
And
get the
this
first
thing-
one by any means necessary. Then we'll worry about the second.
Yeah, and this first nut, let's be honest, he's not getting his security deposit back from the hotel because of the hole he's going to put in the ceiling.
Yep, that's
with
fair.
it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Unequivocally, there's no doubt about it. She was the one who said we'll do it. Tracy denies that. Again, so this is where we get to the he said, she said shit. The call started off normal, but when she sent Tucker a photo of them together from the spring game, she said he responded by commenting on her ass, calling himself an ass man. Yeah. She remembered his voice getting deeper and weirder as he continued to talk about that ass.
Deeper and weirder.
Yeah. She asked him, "What are you doing?" He said, "I got a hard dick and I'm touching myself." "You're touching yourself?" "Yeah." Hang up, dummy, right then.
Right.
If that's not what you're into, you hang
Exactly.
up and then you make him call back, at which point he'll get the machine. And then the next day when he calms out and he snaps out of it, once he busts that nut in 30 seconds, he can call back tomorrow and go, "Oh, man, I feel like a real asshole." His voice getting much higher as he talks.
Right.
Tracy thought to herself, "Oh, my God, this is happening. I can't stop it." It didn't occur to her to hang up. Eventually, she said something along the lines of, "If you do this, I don't ever want to hear about it. We are only friends. That's it." That sounds like clear consent to me.
Right. If you do this, then don't do this.
Not don't do it, or I'm
And
going to hang up.
Did he do this and not say anything
Hell
else?
yeah.
Did he not say anything about it?
When he finished, he told her, "Thank you, good night, sweetheart." And then he hung up.
All right. Yeah. That move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, turkey's done.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Oh, shit. Gotta go. Yep, dog's whining at the door. Gotta take her out.
Yeah. Oh,
Really love to chat about your day at work, but really gotta fucking make strides here. She then sat at her desk for a while, staring at her phone and crying. 3 months passed. She tried to pretend to herself that nothing happened. Her partnership with the school was paramount, way more important. She got 10 grand for the first speech.
yeah. Fuck yeah.
That is paramount. She's
that's
done
way
over
more
100 of
important
these.
than a tuck load.
What's 10 grand times 100? Is that $1 million?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's if she's only getting 10 grand per speech. She tried to pretend, Tucker was not responding to her text messages, so he cut that off. He abruptly canceled her in-person training plan for July 25th. Staffer said that he double booked. Tracy thought she knew the real reason. When finally she got a hold of Tucker on the phone a week later, he was angry, accusing her and her assistant of gossiping about his marital problems. Tucker made comments such as, "I can't trust you. If you say anything about this, I'll hear about it. I'll be fine. It's you I'm worried about." She viewed it as a threat to destroy her reputation. Tucker, for his part, he recalled the August 2nd phone call much differently. He said Tracy apologized to him for discussing his marriage with her assistant, and he accepted. Although they ended the call on good terms, discussed postponing her visit until early next year, Tucker said he'd lost trust in Tracy. Could totally see that too.
Sure.
100%. Training was never rescheduled. They never spoke again. So we talking one time that dick went off and it was just on the phone?
I guess that's what it sounds like.
I mean, we're talking $80 million on the line here.
Yeah. Is this retaliatory?
I don't know.
On which way? Like, I think there's a lot more to this than just crossing a little look at my dick line.
Yeah. Tracy initially stayed quiet. She decided that if she let it slide, she wouldn't be the person she claimed to be. The one who encourages people to speak up about sexual misconduct and hold others accountable. She filed a complaint December 8 months after
What about
the call.
being the kind of person that stops it before it happens, let alone than just wallowing in it for months?
Yeah, and stewing in it and thinking about the 10-year, $95 million contract that he's currently under that you were going to be the sugar mama for.
Yep. I don't know. There's a lot of question marks in these stories. That's for sure.
Her complaint begins. The specific allegations of prohibited contact against respondent are as followed. A notification was delivered to Tucker the following day. He was absolutely shocked. He would tell investigators at the university he and his attorney suggested Tracy's motive. She held a vendetta against Spartans Athletics because of its history of sexual misconduct. So they're
Sure, you had a boner for him.
Yep. To say that I have learned from this situation is an understatement, Tucker said. I will never again allow myself to be duped by kindness. I was kind enough to show her my dick.
Right.
Kind enough to compliment that ass.
Yep.
Never again.
Very kind. It was very kind of him.
The university gets a lawyer, blah, 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 and that's kind of where we are now, where, You know, I don't know.
So what is the official at this point? Is he suspended without pay pending the investigation? Is that where it technically stands, or is he out? Because there's a lot of reports that just said he was straight up fired. Done, gone.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything today.
Okay.
I wanted to go
research-
through the original story.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it's been cleared up over the last day or two. I've been a little preoccupied.
I'll be honest. A lot of times, I know you have. A lot of times, these stories have more incidents involved. There's more of a clear motive, one way or the other.
Yep.
Not always. Not always.
Yeah.
But you can usually see like this bitch trying to get hers, or this guy wouldn't let it go. This guy.
Sure. So I said this one seems fairly benign, all things considered. Not that it's generally okay, but
Yes.
in the grand scheme of things,
Outside of bringing ridicule to the university.
this seems like more of a again, it's a slap on the wrist type of
that's a poor choice of words.
slap on the ass. That'd be better.
Slap on the anything right now is probably a bit uncalled for.
All right. Well,
I did think this was bullshit, though, in Tracy's defense. I will say this. One letter in May contained a list of 170 perceived problems with one of the lawyer's draft report and questions she should have asked Tracy and her witness. So, let's see if I can make this make sense a little bit. Along the way, blah, blah, blah. Per Title IX in school policy, Weidlinger, and that is one of the lawyers, I believe it's his shit, had tamed courts showing Tucker had in fact been in Naples, Florida the day of the call. No, that's one of hers, I guess. He said he wanted to be transparent, set the record straight, but Weidlinger would note some key inconsistencies. Tucker claimed he made a phone sex call from his home in East Lansing, not a Florida hotel. That's going to be key. Because if he's there on the university's dime in Naples, Florida, at this golf outing that the university is paying for and he's being reimbursed for completely.
yeah.
Because if he's just at his home beating his dick,
Yeah.
it's like, bitch, what is this concern of yours?
Oh, what if the university's paying his phone bill
Yeah,
or paying his rent?
that's the problem with a lot of these things.
So I mean, it's all commingled.
Yes. But if he's at home, is he entitled to any private life? Like, hey, man, what I do with my girlfriend on the phone, what my relationship with my wife is,
Well, I think
or my mistress is not against the law.
No, and
so
I
it's
don't
none of your
think-
fucking business.
Yeah, I don't. If this was, if he was doing it and from Florida with a consensual girlfriend, it wouldn't be an issue. The problem is that she's saying that it wasn't. So I don't know that it's as much about where it happened as the fact of it happening.
Yeah, but it brings the university into it. If it's like she's suing and in part the university because they were paying for his trip, he was there on their behalf, on their dime.
Yeah,
at their
that's a bit of a
hotel.
stretch,
Yeah, but that's the kind of shit lawyers do.
Oh, for sure.
So, anyways, there's 170 perceived problems with Weidlinger's draft report and questions she should have asked Tracy and her witnesses. Now, those questions included, why didn't you return the gifts?
Yeah.
Okay, really? Mm-hmm. So 8 months later, you expect her to Venmo him $200 and send back a pair of Jordans? Sorry, that seems ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate when a relationship ends and some broad comes to your house and cleans out everything she ever gave you. Like, really?
Right.
That seems comical to me and petty. Mm-hmm. I've never gone to a girlfriend's and been like, I remember when I gave you that card and that fucking piece of clothing. I'll be taking that back.
Give me back every load I ever gave you.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, I've seen chicks have done that to me. And it's like, okay, by all means, go through my fucking room and find anything you gave me and
Take what you
it.
think you need.
Yeah, I hope this mends everything for you, sweetheart. It doesn't for me, and I will not be going to your house to collect anything I gave you. You consider those parting gifts.
Right.
Yeah, I meant it when I gave you that. I'm in no way interested in taking that back and giving it to someone else.
Now, if it's, like an engagement ring or something.
Okay, I'm talking panties and T-shirts and Jordans and $200.
Yes, exactly.
We're not going to go through a full accounting of every date we went on and how many you paid for, how many I paid for, and who owes who what.
Right.
No, let's just, look, I'm sorry it didn't work out. I'm sure it's just as much my fault as yours. I'm sorry I put you in the position to break up with me.
Who do you think regrets deleting those fucking text messages more?
Well, It depends. Are you going to get a bad script reading in court?
I'm just saying, who do you think is regretting deleting them more now? Who is sitting there going, man, is going, I wish I had them, and fuck, I'm glad I don't have them.
Yeah. Probably him.
If there's anything to it,
Like
if there's
his
anything
claim,
in there, yeah.
If his claim is, look, this shit was consensual, and she's sending him eggplant emojis with floating cum and landing on someone's face, which it's one of my favorite sequences.
Those are just water squirts.
Sure, sure. I love those personally, and the face with water coming down it with that preceded by the eggplant. It's great. It's a great game. It's fun. But if you can show like a pattern of, on these texts that we had going on for months, she was sending me this shit all the time.
Exactly.
She wasn't sending me peaches fucking emojis because she loved peaches.
Right.
Right? No, this was that ass. So, why she had given him her Venmo username and what opinion she held about State's basketball coach Tom Izzo, Mark D'Antonio, former president John Engler, all of whom have been associated with past sexual misconduct controversies. So his lawyers are taking issue with that, saying you should have asked about all these other things and you didn't. So I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know where this goes, but it's very interesting. It actually is because, again, not to dismiss it, but it doesn't seem that egregious of a crime that we're talking about. I mean, even if this was just if he was trying to shoot a shot, this is on the phone. It wasn't,
Well,
again, I'm not saying that it's necessarily okay. I'm just saying that it in the big picture,
in a vacuum, you're right.
Yes.
Now,
not in
the
today's
fact
climate.
that, even in today's climate, in a vacuum, I still think you're right. Like adults haven't, like you can play your shot. Guys have been, guys have taken that shot many times and fucking come up way short.
Oh yeah.
Read the room entirely wrong. I pride myself on not reading that room very wrong very often.
Yeah.
Right?
I've read the room wrong a couple of times.
I have not really.
Okay.
Because I get like confirmation, like, no, I'm not going in there and walking away like, ouch. Like I already feel horrible enough about my existence. I don't need that on top of it.
Sure.
So I'm pretty goddamn sure. You know what I mean? Before taking that shot. But there's nothing illegal about taking your shot.
Right.
And being called on the mat on it after the fact seems a bit much. That being said, I think that if you're in a prominent coaching position at a university like that, this is not just some girl who, you're in a shitty marriage and, it's probably not it's not the most ethical thing to do. Some people are certainly going to take issue with your conduct if you're going behind your wife's back and making a pass at anybody or jacking off on the phone with anybody. But when you're doing it with someone who makes their living day to day by preaching to school kids and college athletes about her horrific rape story, gang rape by 4 guys.
Yeah. Well, again, I mean, you're saying that there's no validity to them having these discussions about a romantic fucking relationship and the sugar mama and all that stuff. You're completely dismissing all those claims.
Yeah.
If that's what you're saying.
Well, no, they're dismissing them because they both deleted all that shit.
I get it. I'm just saying.
So now it's truly
right? Yeah. I mean, if you want to take your shot out of the blue with a fucking just historic rape survivor, that might be a little out of context. But I don't know that he just took it out and started fucking going at it. They had these interactions. They were having these conversations. This wasn't
for quite a length of time.
This was this clearly crossed the professional lines.
Clearly.
So at that point, now where are we? It's one thing if this was in a completely professional capacity, and he crossed that line, and she didn't want these advances. Okay.
Don't you think she has some sort of, instead of just being like, woe is me, I was a victim once, I'm forever a victim, I can't be questioned about everything or anything ever? Do you think part of her speech to schools is like, and if someone does cross that line with you, you need to put your foot down.
Right there.
You say right then and there,
Absolutely.
no, and you hang up that phone, and when they call you the next day, if they don't adamantly apologize, you cut them out of your life. Don't you think that would be okay too? To
No,
go,
I see.
look,
The timing on this thing is so questionable to me because this didn't happen the second he did it. This went on for months. And then there was some issues with some scheduling, and she didn't get a couple of the.
she didn't get. Yeah,
She didn't get so there's the appointment or speech or whatever it was that she was supposed to be getting, and then she started fucking with her money a little bit. Okay, well then maybe it's
yeah.
I don't
think
know
there
one
was
way or
some
the other.
Settlement discussions
But I don't think that there's
that didn't come to fruition too.
maybe, and maybe like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the university is using this to get rid of him
Yeah.
on some level.
Well, they just hired him
Yeah, so what? But they already regret it. I promise you. And
You
the only
think
way they
so?
can get out of this
because of this incident.
no,
or
no,
because
no, because he's a shit coach.
Yeah.
And because the only way they have out of this shit deal that they gave him is something like this.
Yeah.
You said he's guaranteed this money no matter how. He doesn't have to win a game ever for the next 10 years. Or whatever.
$95 million.
Yes. It's an awful, horrible deal that they got themselves into.
Now, why do you say he's a shit coach? Do you just think that, or you just kind of like
Just the proof is in the pudding, I think.
yeah?
I mean, just,
After last year, and
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you getting? What are you getting for 95? You could have had Harbaugh for $90 million.
you probably you couldn't have Bam as coach, but
I mean,
yeah, you could probably get a lot of guys. I mean, if you're going to spend that kind of money,
no, he came in. I don't remember the.
Where did he come from? Bama?
I don't know.
Was
He came in, had a decent year,
11-2,
and then they threw the fucking world at him.
Yep.
They gave him this unbelievable contract that he'll never live up to.
and we see stupid teams do this a lot.
Absolutely right.
You look
so
at,
yeah,
you can look at Deshaun Watson as evidence and go, yeah, of course the Browns organization did that. Yes, of course they did.
yeah. Why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they give him $500 million fully guaranteed?
What could possibly go wrong?
And usually that sets the standard for how things going forward are. And the next quarterback comes up and goes,
Sure.
Deshaun
Yeah, and
plus
everybody
plus
else
one.
was like, no,
no, that is not precedent.
that is actually
That's a joke.
so funny that's how that went down.
Yeah, yeah.
They were like, yeah, no. Lamar was like, all right, my shit's all guaranteed,
Yeah.
right?
I'll take his deal plus $1, and they're like, eat shit, pal.
Oh, dude, speaking of the Aaron Rodgers thing,
Yeah.
one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Please
is-
say it's not his highlights from 2023,
no.
because everybody doing that
No.
is making it not funny at all.
Oh, there was this like all these betting apps where had these like guaranteed deals like to hook you, and it was Dak Prescott or Aaron Rodgers just have to throw for a half a yard. The over of passing was 0.5 yards for Aaron Rodgers on this, and everybody that bet $5 get guaranteed 200 or whatever. There was all these, and he didn't get there. He didn't complete a single fucking
No,
pass.
not one.
So he went under.
1 year.
It was basically supposed to be a guaranteed bet.
Yeah.
One of those things that like okay.
So what do they do?
Just in it.
I guess you only lose $5.
Right, but a lot of people lose $5 and they don't have to pay out their bullshit 200 or whatever it was on it.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at the exact deals.
No,
I
that
saw
makes
it-
total
I
sense.
saw it advertised.
Totally
on
makes sense.
Multiple sites.
Your team, one of them is your team goes up by any score at any point. in the
Yeah,
game.
exactly. They have these guaranteed wins
Yeah,
type of
where
thing.
it's like,
Right.
we went up
Right.
3-0. We get, I won $200.
Yeah, if any team gets a hit, you get whatever.
Yeah,
It's just generic bullshit ones to get you
And
in,
that shit
sign
works.
you up.
That
It
shit
does,
works.
and people will, and people will do it, and that's a guaranteed win, and you get all this stuff. Except that's the first guaranteed win that didn't win that I can possibly imagine.
Yeah, that's crazy. It really is crazy with all the hype this offseason, with everything that went down. Like, it's madness.
Yep, sure is.
Hey, this part of the show is sponsored by The Party Pub. If you want to impress everyone at your grad party, wedding reception, poker night, MMA viewing party, or for any other reason, you need to contact the Party Pub, a massive inflatable pub that can be set up wherever you choose. They also have all the best party games, beanbag toss, badminton, giant inflatable screens, and much more.
Axe throwing. I throw that one in on my own.
Axe throwing, okay. Call Jeff at 586-524-6701 or visit thepartypubrentals.com. Take your event to the next level. Also, 10% discount for TDC listeners, 2 free games as well. Also, radiofor1.com. You can buy merch there. T-shirts are in there. sweatshirts, hats, beanies, all that kind of stuff. Please continue to buy that stuff. Using the Amazon link is a great way to help the show. Amazon Canada as well. Also, MyPillow. Use promo code TDC. And it works at the My Store. Also, a link to our Patreon page. I know we haven't been in there the last week. Bear with us. It's been a bit of a rough go with tea and everything. But
I'm back. We'll put some stuff in there.
yeah, for sure.
I'd rather put it in there anyway because I can turn the lights off when we do that.
Yeah, there you go.
It's way better.
Exactly. You got the sunglasses on. Oh God! Remember the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence?
Oh yeah, lovely group.
I didn't care about them about their anti-Christian shit. If you want to be a parody group out there and make fun of religion, like fine, they're big boys. They can take it. Religion can take it. You'll be fine.
Oh, I thought you meant the Sisterhood were big boys.
Yeah, they are too.
That too.
Again, I don't have a problem with gay men dolling themselves up and prancing around in cities wherever they are. Knock yourselves out. You're going to offend some people. You're going to piss some people off.
Yeah, our issue wasn't with the Sisterhood as much as it was the Dodgers bringing them out and making it, the honoring of them in the game.
And why is it always, and I do mean always, that these stories, when they come out and it's like, oh, wow, who couldn't have seen that coming? That this dude was busted for child porn,
right.
One of your prime members. You know what I mean? Like, why is it always that? That's where it gets squirrely,
There's something about hiding in plain sight.
Yeah. Well, an active member of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, a group of predominantly gay men. I'm going to say 100% gay men. There's no predominantly about the sisters. Who openly mocked Catholics, was arrested in California for indecent exposure after witnesses say he jacked it in public for an hour.
Oh.
This dude is a Stephen King horror character, okay?
Yeah.
It doesn't scare me that much, okay? It, the clown, hiding in the fucking sewage system, fucking with kids with the red balloon, doesn't scare me as much as that. And I mean make-upped and not make-upped. Look at this dude.
Oh, good Lord. That looks like a horror fucking movie character.
That you saw that walking to you in the night down an alley or even in daylight. Absolutely terrifying.
Right?
Clinton Monroe Ellis Gilmore was arrested by police at a beachside park after they received a report of a male exposing himself in the driver's seat of a parked vehicle. According to numerous witnesses, Ellis Gilmore had been at the location for approximately an hour, sitting in his truck with the door open, just fucking jacking it. Conduct does not appear to have been directed at anyone in particular. Okay, this is what this guy was doing, T. For context.
Yeah.
Were you okay over there?
Yeah, I was fucking trying to find the Jacketed song, and I can't fucking find it.
Oh, the San Diego Jacking It?
Yeah.
This guy was like this in his car. Okay.
Damn it.
For context.
Okay.
Door open, all right?
Yep.
Public.
Yep.
Foot outside on the door.
Okay.
Nude, head to toe.
All right.
Other foot up on the dashboard.
Okay.
Just
going.
Fucking jacking his
Just
cock.
going. Attaboy.
Just going at it.
Getting after it.
There you go, Mr. Ellis. Good work. Ellis-Gilmore, excuse me.
Good for you.
The park, by the way, Google lists it as a good place for kids, home to kid-friendly hikes. It's always good to know. Mugshot indicates he was at least shirtless at the time of his arrest.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he managed to get his pants on before they got to him.
Maybe. Randy Fleek, who was a witness, said Ellis Gilmore made no attempt to hide what was going on. He parked 2 spots away from this guy's trailer, Mr. Fleek's trailer. Had his left leg out the open door of the truck, right leg up on the dashboard, no pants, gave him a full side view of this dude playing with himself. Well, this is fucked up, Fleek thought.
Yeah.
I'm with Mr. Fleek on this one,
Yep.
T.
I could say that applies.
It's obvious. You cannot help but see this guy. He's not hiding it. He wants everyone to see what he's doing. Cars came and went throughout the hour, including some with young women. Gilmore had his shirt on at the beginning, was naked by the end. Of course he was. There's something wrong with that man. He put a weird fucking desire. He's got a weird fucking desire to show off to the public, to anybody that wants to look at him. He put himself in a position and in a spot that you can't help but look at that son of a bitch. He said, this is a popular location. This is Mr. Fleek. People pull in to see the ocean. They don't pull in to see this, but you can't help not see it. Among the events that Mr. Ellis Gilmore has recently participated in was a book reading in elementary school. Oh, what a shocker.
Crazy how that
He
works.
dressed up in big blonde braids, a dress, and fishnet tights to read to children.
Adorable. Just doing
Yesterday,
the Lord's work.
sisters had the most magical time reading storybooks to the Peninsula Elementary School kids in recognition of them studying LGBT Awareness Month. Thanks for the honor.
Full circle.
Yeah, and that what was reading to your kids.
Oh, my God.
And you wonder why we take issue with some of these stories. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This seems clear every fucking time. It doesn't mean all of them, but too fucking many of them.
Yeah.
Too many.
What drives you to make those choices, to join the sisterhood?
And
Things
not
like
be
that,
able to control it.
right?
You can't do it.
I did not know that we had these.
What's that?
And I still couldn't find the damn jacking it song.
Jagging it.
But I didn't know we had this whole fucking bevy.
Can you lend a nigga a pencil?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize those were in here.
Oh, play them all.
Okay, we shall.
I think we have
Well,
the whole-
then get away from the door, nigga. I put the H on it to emphasize it's nigga.
Right?
I will never say any form of nigga. I'm cured of that.
Here to that. Yeah.
Wait, oh.
Nigga this, nigga please, nigga. Can you lend a nigga a pencil?
Oh, my God.
It's the greatest guy on the internet.
Nigga.
Okay. I had no idea those were on this little back page back here.
Oh,
I just
dude,
found.
go swimming through there at one point.
I will.
You will find some shit. in there.
That's on like
From Jerry from the Jacks
Oh,
to-
I know all that stuff, but this is on like a back page that I didn't even know was there.
If we don't hear once a day,
Yeah.
we failed the audience.
Right? That's now that I know it's there.
Yeah.
Well, and forgive me because I still can't read shit.
Yeah, that's okay.
All
You'll
right.
get there. You're gonna get better.
I know it. I'm so disappointed in myself.
You're good. You're good. What do you think? Should anybody in this country be running for office or allowed to run for office?
Yeah, of course. That's
Okay.
that's what this country's founded on.
So do you want more people in there with, obviously if you've got
I want some real. Yeah, I want real people in there. That's what I want.
Okay.
These career politicians are fucking clowns to me.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I don't. That's getting completely away from the entire.
Sentiment of it.
Yes.
And the point of it.
Yes,
That
exactly.
regular
right.
people can go in and
Exactly.
all right.
don't
I think
believe
I got
that
the girl for you too.
I don't believe that they have the general public's best interest at heart.
No, you don't say.
Shocker. Hot take.
Well, this is a Democrat running.
Okay.
She's running for Senate in Virginia.
All right.
Virginia. Appears to have been raising money for a, quote, good cause by, Susanna Gibson, running for a seat in the narrowly divided Virginia State House, was as recently as last year posting as hot wife experience online.
Okay.
Yep. Those are pictures of her I've got there, T, if you want to show people.
Maybe help me.
That one. Yep, you got it.
Out.
I'd lend you a pencil, but I don't have one.
Maybe. What happened?
Oh, no.
No. Is it this one?
I had it. Yeah, there you go.
See? There's some help you were.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I can't see shit either. Hot wife experience on the website Chatterbait. So that's like chat and jacket, masturbate,
I think,
right?
Yeah, then that's
I think
the
that's-
combination of that. I believe it's one of those video sites, like
So-
webcam type sites.
So she's like, look, I'm sort of hot. I'm married, and I want to raise some money. Best way to do it. I know guys love jacking their dicks to hot chicks,
Yeah, right?
so I'm going that route.
Yeah.
So far, do we have a problem?
No.
Okay, good. So she could, so men could pay tokens to get her to perform specific sex acts. Boy, oh boy, I would think that liberals and stuff would think of this as reducing women to just holes,
Yep.
objects. Which I don't have a problem with.
No.
I mean, I've looked at thousands of women as nothing more but than holes.
Sure.
I don't know them. And it's like, oh yeah, she's hot as shit.
Right.
And I can't think of anything but hand, mouth, butt, vagine. You know what I mean? Like that's it. And now if I got to know that lovely woman, maybe I'd find other things. But initially,
But start. Yeah.
hand,
that's-
mouth, butt, vagine, right?
Yep.
That's, I take no shame in that.
No, it's a great launching pad.
Yeah. So, Anyways, she launched her campaign last year. She sold anal sex, saying, "I'll let you fuck me in the ass doggy style in a private room if someone wants to pay. That's the deal."
Mm-hmm.
So,
is prostitution legal in vagina?
Well, if it's being filmed, if she's filming it on Chatterbait,
Yeah, so they're getting into those gray lines of, well.
As long as it's being filmed, you're good.
But you're not, no, I don't think that's entirely true.
I think it is entirely true.
But
Say that we're making a porn. We're making a movie.
But they're paying for it, which makes it solicitation as opposed to being paid.
Sounds like you've been arrested for this.
No, I'm just, again, my common sense degree.
No, I think as long as you're... Because
so
why wouldn't it be solicitation if you took a woman to dinner, bought her drinks,
So if you rape somebody and film it, it's cool? It's just rape porn?
Well, some would argue. I wouldn't be that person.
I'm asking.
No, but why wouldn't it be solicitation then if I took a girl to dinner, bought her drinks, took her home, and fucked her?
Because you didn't give her money to fuck her.
Yeah.
I mean, in a roundabout way, you did. We all do. But
I was going to say, you sure
that wasn't the exchange of goods and services that was discussed.
Yeah. Okay, I have mad respect for this one. In another video, y'all can watch me pee if you tip me on some tokens. Again, I'm raising money for a good cause.
Yeah. Well, again, this Chatterbait thing is if you're performing for somebody and you're getting money for performing, that's a different stuff. But she said she was going to let somebody come fuck her in the ass if they paid for it.
So maybe that means she just bends over and spreads her ass cheeks and you jack off?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't
She's
know.
not being very clear about
No,
this.
exactly. It is a bit gray.
She does say, I like being choked. I like being hit. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, somebody's honest about it, for fuck's sake.
You know what I think about when he fucks me is all of you watching me. Okay?
Yeah.
I just want a private room with someone filming their cock so I can come looking at it. Jesus Christ. Oh, God, I want to fucking get railroaded by all of you. This is like Division I gamer.
Can I vote in Virginia? Can I get a mail-in ballot? I'll vote this bitch in a minute.
Right?
Actually, she's going to continue the Chatterbait, or if she gets elected, does that go away?
I mean, Fetterman's in there. Why? I guess all rules of decorum are out the window.
Well, I just mean maybe she's not going to do it now when she becomes an elected official.
Oh, yeah. She's going to be all hoity-toity and stop taking it in the shitter because she gets elected. That's bull. That's false advertising.
I mean, people are getting fired for being teachers for just having an OnlyFans and shit.
Yeah.
And that's a job. This is elected official.
For 500 tokens. Now, it's key to point out, I don't know how much a token costs.
Okay.
Right? So if it's $1 a token or if it's a nickel a token,
right,
big difference. She would order room service, okay, for 500 tokens. She would order room service in a hotel and cause the delivery person to see her naked, saying, I'm definitely a slut. In order to leave the door cracked, I need 500 tokens.
Okay.
It's not bad. She has had sex with 3 men in one day. Don't tell my husband. He was the third.
All right. Well, somebody had to clean that shit up, right?
Yeah. I'm raising money for a really good cause, and it's my birthday. So give me more, please, because it's my birthday night. And so, so then I fucked him in his house for the first time, and then later that night, I fucked my husband.
Wow. Seems very reasonable. 100 tokens is $10.99.
What? So for $40, $33?
Yeah, for how many tokens were we talking about?
500.
Okay, yeah, well, you can get 500, yeah, so 550 tokens for, you get a little discount, a little bonus.
$30?
For buying in bulk. No,
Okay.
no, it's $50. It was $10 for 100, $10.99.
Oh, okay.
And then for $50, you get 550. So you can pay the whore and get $50 on the back end.
She appears to be filmed by her husband, lawyer John David Gibson, who ensured that the raunchiest acts, this is her husband saying this, were reserved for the biggest spending, saying no anal outside of private. You can't bang her in the ass unless we do it privately.
Yeah, sure, okay.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I think
this
that's
is going to be a public official soon. We can't have the fucking brown eye
No.
all over the place.
Can't have the fucking goddamn senator
No.
with videos of her getting blasted in the ass.
Right?
I mean, Stretch and Gretchen thought she had this market cornered.
Yeah, this is long before the fucking video evidence, though.
Yeah.
Just think.
How great would that be to have a senator that you could pull up at any time and just see her just taking one in the can or taking a whiz on some dude?
Yeah,
It's not bad.
it's not bad.
I mean, as far as campaign slogans go,
Right?
you know, I'm your man, I take it in the can. You know, like, I don't know. I'm thinking
Sure.
of like, I like Ike buttons or something, you
Yeah.
know. make the state better by taking it in the shitter. You know, like there's some wordplay there. I don't know.
Gotcha.
I stand for we. Something P. There's a P one in there.
Mm-hmm. You're doing great. I see a future in PR for you. For
You can help me out at any time you want.
No, this is way better.
Vote for Youngkin. It's a miss. Plus, you've never gotten to see him piss. Isn't Glenn Youngkin in Virginia?
Maybe, yeah.
Feel free to help me out. You are a member of this show, dickhead.
I know, and this is way better. This is way better. You're doing great.
She can be heard in the background of the video saying, he doesn't like sharing her. He doesn't like sharing her with other men. Gibson saying, sometimes I have to, though. She makes me.
Yeah,
So
well.
she's like, bitch, cock, have a seat. All right, I'm taking this shit.
Shut up and film. Put your cage on, bitch.
Someone paid $50 for 500 tokens. I'm taking it in the can.
I'll call you in a half hour to come clean it up.
Yeah. Gibson did not return requests from the Daily Wire, who reached out to her asking whether the good cause was her Senate campaign, but she appears to acknowledge to the Washington Post that the videos are authentic, claiming that they are an illegal invasion of my privacy designed to humiliate me and my family. Lean into it, sweetheart.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go that far, sweet tits.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you did this and you chose to put yourself on a ballot. The fuck did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah. Is that a video of her down there? Does that play?
I don't know which one we're talking about.
So all the way to the right, her bent over, totally nude with her ass up.
Probably.
Doesn't look bad.
Oh, full video. I don't know if we can. Are we allowed to do this?
No, not play it. Just keep
This
it
is yours.
Just keep it on us while I read some more of this. Okay. Though she posted the videos online for 6,000 followers on Chatterbait, she now claims it to be a sex crime to shed light on the existence of her account.
Well, it's supposed to be private, I guess, for people that are paying. So, I guess once you...
Well, there's lots that stays private.
Here I share with you update about Susanna Gibson video. Got so much attention.
Oh, this is some
Fast forward it,
assholes.
see if there's any...
No, this is some
this is
asshole's
some
video.
dipshit.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
My political opponents and the Republican allies have proven they're willing to commit sex crime to attack me and my family because there's no line they won't cross to silence women when they speak up. You were speaking up just fine. We were just listening. We're
Yeah.
just commenting on it. Did you or did you not say for 500 tokens you'd pee on someone?
Yeah. Well, you're going to flash the... now, we've talked about this in the hotel room. That about being naked, opening the door naked,
Yeah.
because you're entitled to some level of privacy
Yes,
for in there.
we did learn that.
Yeah, so that's not crossing a line, opening the door naked.
Yes.
As long as you're inside that room, because that's your
That's your house.
domicile
Do you have
at that moment.
Do you think that applies to the hotel room? Don't you think
that's
that
what
there's
we talked about this with the
hotel?
Prez.
We did about your house.
No, we talked about it in hotel rooms because as we talked about, this went back
We
to
did?
E's, theory of eventually one of them's going to cave, right? If I just open the door naked, and we talked about it, whether that was considered sexual assault,
Yeah.
right? Because if I take my dick out in the subway, okay, sexual assault. If I open the door in my hotel room naked, not sexual assault. Apparently, now again, this was coming from our legal counsel. But that was because you're paying for that. That is your domicile at that time, and you're allowed to be naked in the privacy of your own home.
Fair enough. So her campaign platform says she's a public health expert who is concerned about Governor Glenn Youngkin's efforts to eradicate gender and racial ideology from schools and opposes punishing teachers with teacher reporting tip lines or videos in classrooms to monitor them. Hey, your behavior brought that on yourselves.
Yeah.
We never felt the need for tip lines and video access into classrooms until you started fucking around too much.
Mm-hmm.
This is the part where you find out, okay? So if that's going on and it never went on for 200 years before that, there's a reason.
Yeah, why now?
Why now? Out of the blue. Why would that happen? Don't just blame Republicans. Don't just blame the right, the radical right, or MAGA. No, your behavior is bringing that on. Sorry, It is. It was never a problem. It wasn't even something that crossed my mind until 2 years ago.
Should have been.
Where it was like, it'd be probably beneficial to have a camera in Marshall's classroom.
Yeah.
Throwing in reading mads, too. I know they're in California, but I wouldn't mind having a tip line for their classroom.
Why wouldn't there be? I mean, there should be, in all honesty. I mean, these are my kids.
Yeah.
That's actually not a bad idea at all.
I can log in
there should be a
anytime I
live
want.
stream, exactly, that you can log in at any point in time and be able to see what's going on in that classroom.
Yeah, but then there are people like, oh, yeah, you just want to log in and jack off to my fucking second grade daughter.
Okay, well, as long as the audio's not off, they can't see you. What I mean, okay, so I mean, you're assuming that somebody else's parent is a creep in there, which I guess statistically is possible,
Probably
if not
true.
probable. But
Yeah.
regardless,
Yeah. That's a fair point.
I think that you should have access to that type of thing.
Her campaign website features several pictures of her and her husband and her 2 children, stating she's got a family-friendly seal of approval. Look, I don't want to slut shame anyone.
Not at all. I think
know,
I think that's just going to make it easier for Youngkin, and maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe it makes it harder. But if I had to vote between a stuffy old guy or a chick that fucking shoots the brown eye around, I'll take the fucking hot chick, probably.
Yeah, does it matter that she's got any expertise, can do anything? Does that matter at all? Or are we just going straight, are we just racing towards the cliff of idiocracy? Like,
you tell me, Fetterman.
She's got nice tits. Yeah, I would have never voted for that.
I know,
dipshit.
exactly.
You know
That's
what I
what
mean?
I'm
Like,
saying. So
I wouldn't do that.
I don't put
But-
anything past anybody.
But I think there's a ton of guys that would be like,
Sure. Well, that's exactly my point. Was that
she's game all day.
you'd think it would be real easy for him to go, okay, really?
Can we-
this
Yeah.
slut, this, you know what I mean? Without slut shaming.
Right.
Right. Like, this is what we want. Okay. That it should just be an easy win. But there's going to be a lot of guys, right?
I got 500 tokens.
Yeah.
Even I could afford 500 tokens.
I wonder how many-
takeaways on me.
I wonder how many people voted for Trump because they've seen Melania's tits.
No one.
You don't think so?
No.
I bet you. I dispute that.
I think
I
that
don't, I don't
dude-
think there was I'm not saying that there's a major percentage out there, but you're telling me that there's not one person out there that voted because they saw what would be the first lady's tits?
I think that dude has an exclusivity on himself and his. I think those people are voting for him. Now, they respect.
Again,
Mad
I'm not-
respect for seeing her tits. I'm glad I have.
Sure.
Absolutely. I have no problem with that. I wish I
I'm
would have
saying,
seen
you don't
Laura
think there's
Bush's
one
tits.
person out there that voted because of that? Not one?
Nah. I mean, maybe, sure. There's always one, right? There's always one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think people love that fucking dude.
I'm not saying that that's why he won. I
Yeah.
was just saying that I bet there's somebody that voted that way for that reason.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And maybe if she showed more tits, he'd have won last time. I'm just saying.
Well, it's not a, I mean, I'm willing
I'm
to
sure
try
they're still
anything.
fantastic, would be my guess.
Okay, let's get some email.
Okay.
We'll save Ask T. Roy for tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm not up to ST Roy's yet.
We're
Can't get all
taking some
fucking
shit.
worked up. I'm gonna explode an eyeball.
We should have known better than this. I honestly, T, this goes back a week. This goes back to your stuff on Chris Jones. He was
Okay.
holding out. He signed a one-year
yeah.
deal with Kansas City.
Ends up re-signing with them. Yep, sure.
And here's where we got fucked on this.
Okay.
We got an email from Connor, right? From Bone Job himself.
Yes.
He's usually very good with his emails.
Generally
He's
speaking,
usually
yes.
Very on point. He's not full of shit.
That's correct.
So when he came with something,
Gross.
in the moment, we didn't think it through. I remember at the time
I think I
thinking,
even made a
"Wait
comment
minute."
about it, but was like, okay, I'm not totally up to speed on it. I would have assumed, based on what I know,
Yes.
how this works, that X, but he's saying Y, so I'll accept Y without,
Right.
I would assume before you formulate an email that you would do a little bit of research.
Chris says, Connor's a window licker. Jones is not a free agent. He's in the last year of his contract and wants an extension. If he was a free agent, why would the best defensive tackle in football not be unemployed? 100% right.
Ding,
Chris.
ding, ding.
You would have had every team needs someone on the
Yes.
defensive line, whether interior or defensive end, that can as dominant as him. They all need him.
Basically
and
what-
those teams that can afford it would have gone after him. You're
Basically
right.
what we said at the time. Like, okay,
Yes.
I guess it seems odd, but all right.
Wrong. Chris again. You guys said the other day you're always right. Well, let's go over the stuff that was wrong on Psalm 1789. The tight end out of Notre Dame is Meyer, not Myers.
Oh, Jesus
I know.
Christ.
Dude, we're talking about real shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
So I mispronounced. I put an S on the end of the name instead of, okay.
Bugs is a scratch for mouthing off on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Again.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
In the big scheme of things, I didn't know shit about it. I wasn't following much. Honestly, I wasn't. I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I had to get out of the house for a while. I went to the Lego store at one point. I couldn't sit and watch pregame for hour on hour after hour. So I'll admit, I don't read the local Detroit papers, like ever. Never, almost.
Yep.
And I don't, I'm not fully up on a lot of this.
It was just a hot take, guys. I didn't put it down as gospel.
Chris Jones is a defensive tackle, not an end. He'd be playing right next to Hutch. Okay, got it. Bugs for Jones in the trade. You're out of your mind. The Lions would also have to add probably a first and third round pick with Bugs. Yeah, understood. We understood.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
This was not going to be a straight up trade.
No, it wasn't tit for tat.
Bugs is a decent starter. He wasn't even a starter for the Lions unless it was an injury situation. So apparently this one story we were sort of wrong about. And it was a hot take.
And
it wasn't even mine.
Exactly. It was
yours.
just a hot take. It was just throwing it out there. Man, you guys are tough.
The Lions cap space, yeah, they're dickheads. They're monsters. That's why I call them monsters. Lions cap space. Yes, they have space right this second, but in the next 8 months, you're going to have to pay Goff and Jonah Jackson. Also, they will probably be looking at locking up St. Brown this offseason. Yeah, you're probably right.
Sure. Yeah, that's how it goes every year. I understand how salary caps work. Thank you, sir.
Nobody knows how salary caps work. They're a gigundous pain in the ass. Advertising information. Guys, I run a small service-based business. I'm interested in your different advertising options for purchase. Please send me details. Okay, I'd love to advertise on TDC Podcast if I can afford it. Thanks. Dave.
Excellent.
All right.
That one.
Yeah, set
Give
that
it
one
to me.
No. Let me just set it aside so I don't have it in my pile of shit.
I can't read shit. Don't give it to
I
me.
don't want you to read anything. I just want you to hold it aside. Gentlemen, this is from Ed. Well, I shouldn't say last name.
Okay. No, it's different Ed.
It's not that Ed.
Okay.
Gentlemen, let's get something straight. Obama is not the first black president. He's 50-50, which makes him mixed race. About the 26-minute mark in the last episode, you suggested people wanted to vote for the first black president. I stand by that statement. 100%
Still,
true.
absolutely.
If you want to be honest,
go ahead and ask
journalist-
some black people. I know people that will absolutely tell you they did.
I know white people and black people who will tell you that. If you want to be honest journalist, he is mixed race, not black. Just my 2 cents. And pet peeve, like, I could care less. I agree with you on that one as well. Great shows. Go Lions. Eddie. He goes by Eddie. Look, Eddie, here's the deal with the mixed race thing. When specifically speaking of Obama. I don't give it. I understand he was raised by a white mother and white grandmother and a black father that fucking abandoned him.
It's crazy.
By all intent, and raised in Hawaii, okay? He was basically a white guy. He's about as white a black guy as you can get. But when you look at Barack Obama, if you were to look at him on the street and not know who the fuck he is, would you take if someone went, the black guy over there, would you question that? You would not.
Of course not.
So when you're talking about interactions with police, being pulled over, driving while black, all those things would still apply to Barack Obama.
Sure.
So for those
He's
type of
not
reasons,
just going to get half beat up.
No. And look, I fully understand he was mostly raised by white people and he's
Irrelevant.
half white. But honestly, he looks like a black guy and
Like, we're the only people that have ever called him black.
right. Now, if you wanted to make that argument with Kamala Harris, I swear to God, I had no idea she even pretended to be black until she became vice president. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought she was a fucking, a darker skinned white lady. That's all I thought about her.
Oh, I always thought, I thought she was like mixed. Some black in there.
Some dude got in there.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line, someone tapped in for a minute and then tapped out. Yeah. But now you would think she's fucking Queen Latifah.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Whatever,
She's the blackest woman ever.
Whatever serves the purpose at the time.
Surprise performance. Guys, Friday night I went out with some friends to a local brewery.
I heard about this.
This place is kind of split into two separate rooms. We're sitting at the bar. The other side of the place was having an open mic. I wasn't paying much attention as it didn't seem so funny. However, after a while I heard, "Please welcome your next comic, Skylar Courtney." Place went absolutely bananas. So I walked over to the performance side to take it in. Skylar is legit funny. A little rough around the edges, as any newbie would be. But legit, I laughed hard at her set. But I legit laughed at her set. I had it hard.
Okay.
You didn't say that. Just to be fair.
Fair. Yeah.
I legit laughed at her set. I wasn't planning on approaching her, but I did happen to bump into her near the restroom and let her know I was a big fan of her father and complimented her set. She told me I should email in because she wanted to help promote her comedy.
And absolutely.
That's great.
Well, ironically, she had done that was her second open mic of the night Friday. I had gone and seen her at a coffee shop in Farmington earlier, and then she was leaving and going down to Canton for that one.
Oh, okay.
And then she did a show Saturday night, like a real show, out in Shelby Township. And so I went out there for that, and she told me about, because her mom was there, and she was like, "Oh, somebody from the show was there." I was like, "Okay."
Who said that? Sky did?
No, Skylar's mom.
Oh.
My ex. Said something. I'm like, "Okay." And then I was like, "Sky," I'm like, "You know who it was?" And she was like, "Connor." I was like, "No shit." Okay. Like she's like,
Yeah, the motherfucker
she's like,
got me banned from everything.
She's like, that's exactly what I said. I go, that's Pablo.
Yeah.
She was like, really? So,
Yeah.
yeah. But she was like, yeah, I told him to email the show. I'm like, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, you can handle it. You can handle
Nope.
it.
But no, sounds like you were really nice to her. She was very grateful that she was acknowledged. And I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks.
Very good. Very good.
Thanks
All
for
right.
not shitting on her.
On that note, let's call it a day there.
Yes, please.
Thanks, everybody. How you feeling, T? You doing all right?
I'm tough.
Struggling a bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. We'll call it there. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of the evening.